Guys, so today we're actually looking at this project I've been working on. It's actually an electric toothbrush turned into an electric lockpick. It's very effective, and I'm going to demonstrate on two different locks today how effective this lockpick design is. I hand drew it based on known effective lockpicks that are used by hand rakes. This one will be electric, but you can also use it as a basic pick, which I'm also going to demonstrate as well as some of my supplies that I've used to create this. This video is meant to demonstrate how there are weaknesses in everything, including the key locks that you have on your home. It's meant to simulate the various different keys that are found out there. Now, there are other electric toothbrush lockpicks, so I'm not saying this is the first one at all. You'll find that there are other videos out there on electric toothbrush lockpicks. But I did put my own little hand-drawn design on mine, and I actually changed it a few different times and used what ended up being the most effective design in my experience. But your experience may vary. With this, I had a straight, pretty thick, actually, if you look, you can see the original is a more rounded, thick piece of steel. And you want to choose a very hard steel. This just happened to be built right into the toothbrush, so it was perfect for me. And I used this. Didn't want to have to remove it. Other videos show people removing it and adding other pieces of steel. I thought the best method, in my opinion, was to leave and use the hard steel that was already in place on the toothbrush and to make it a more durable long-term design. So what I did was I used the Dremel to shape everything, testing it out a few times along the way to find out what was the most effective design for my own experience, and that's what I ended up with this, which works very well. We're going to try it out. Of course, this is all meant for responsible use. It's a fun project, I thought, and I'm going to share some of the screenshots and things along the way, and so we'll be talking about some of the tools as well, and we'll be demonstrating. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to like this, subscribe right now with the bell before you forget, and share this video with everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. With this clear plastic lock, you can see how the inner workings of a key and lock work together, how the pins are moved up with a spring, and you need to line everything up in order to turn the cylinder here. Now, what I've used to create this is an electric toothbrush, a Dremel, which I have hung up, and I actually have one of these extensions so that I can use it in a more detailed manner. So I turn on the Dremel and then I simply shape it in the way that I wanted to. So what I did was I first drew with a Sharpie the exact design I wanted so that I could carve it out without having to take a look back and forth, using some picks I had as a reference and picking the one that was most effective. It is similar to other rakes that you will have seen if you've explored lock picking, and I chose one of the most effective designs, and I just did it by hand to make it my own, and it's pretty similar though to other ones that are out there. If you look around, you'll see what I mean. So I turn on the Dremel and begin to carve out, then take some other heads and begin to buff the metal just to give it a little bit of a better look, cleaner bit of a look, and ending with the most smooth one. And I was able to then come to what I have today. And what we are left with is a nice little rake design here that we see. And that's a bit of a close-up for it. And let's try it out. So we take the tension wrench here, which is going to act like the turning of the key cylinder itself. We turn on our new electric lockpick and get to work. And it's as quick as that. In fact, it actually opens in, maybe a second or two in many cases, all depending on your entry. And that is how effective an electric toothbrush can be when you form it into this nice little snake-like rake here. So if you're interested in making something out of an old toothbrush that you might have thrown away, this is a really neat thing you can make. Of course, don't use it to break any laws. If you get locked out of your house or you get locked out of something, it could be a handy tool to have. All you need is a Dremel, an old electric toothbrush, and I might actually craft a handle out of this to make it look a little better since it's a bit torn up. But maybe we'll talk more about that in coming videos on how to make it look a bit more professional. And I can open various locks with this. It's not just that particular lock. And there's various other types of tension wrenches that you'll want to choose the correct size. This is a smaller one. Now, on the other hand, this smaller one here, this won't be good to turn this cylinder because this cylinder is too wide. So I need to use the wider tension wrench here as we used in the other lock. As you can see, that pops right open. You can even use it as a simple non-electric lockpick if you run out of batteries. And as you can see, opens almost immediately. One of these nice Hampton locks that are pretty decent, and they're actually known as Brinks. So I hope you like this video on the electric toothbrush lockpick that I designed. As mentioned, there are other electric toothbrush lockpicks, but this one I hand drew myself based on various different picks that I've used, and I went with the most effective design after trial and error. While making this, I tried it out several times along the way to try and make it as effective as possible. This just happens to be the design I am left with. Hope you love this video, and make sure to like it, give it a big thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to keep up with more interesting videos and projects and tutorials. That's what I have. Make sure to check out the blog at buymeacoffee.com/politictech/posts. It's public. You can read it. You don't have to register or anything to view it, despite the domain name. I appreciate everyone who follows there. If you want to get ahead of the posts and get previews as well, make sure to subscribe and follow over at buymeacoffee.com/politictech. That's what I have today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back later with more on security and protecting your privacy.